All right, welcome back to episode 11 of the I Already Knew podcast. We haven't reached our goals yet, and we're in the process of making it there. And we hope that by making this, we just inspire you to do the same thing and get out there and get moving, chasing your dreams.
Number 11, eh?
Number 11.
Are we onto it? We're in the 1%, we keep going.
Yeah, we just keep moving. We talked in episode 10, about that 1%, and just, I think it was 10%. Don't get past episode 10, and of that 10%, then another 10% don't make it to episode 20. So just by still moving and getting the reps in, we're on.
Nice. I guess we can start off with last time on our last podcast you mentioned you had your race, so on with that, man. I know what went down. You can let people in. How'd you go?
Hold on, let me suss these out. I'm stoked, to be honest, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like I put my energy just into the universe, and I just trusted that I did my training, and I put a lot of emphasis on just doing it well, and it all just seemed to work out how I wanted it to.
Yeah,
so
a good 25 minutes well.
Yeah, some of the races I won by 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So in WA, I think I need to move elsewhere competition-wise just
to get a bit more
a bit more competition. Yeah, and just keep pushing myself. So that's the next step, and it's exciting that I've even made it there to be like, okay, WA's now. I feel like I've outgrown that, and I never want to feel like I'm a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be a small fish in a big pond. Because then you're only going to get bigger. You know?
So
100%. That's what's next for me, and I just felt the community.
At the event.
At the event, everyone is there volunteering and just there for a good time and there to push themselves to be better, and I just felt the love, to be honest, on all the obstacles. So for you guys that don't know, in obstacle course racing, you run trails and then you run up to maybe a cargo net, and you've got to climb over the cargo net, and then you've got to climb over monkey bars, and you got to swing through them. Now, each of the obstacles, there's a volunteer to make sure you're doing it properly.
Yep.
And they're a judge, but they're volunteering at the end of the day. And I just felt the energy from every single person. They knew who I was, and they were like, "Come on, Shep, let's go!"
Nice.
And then I got to talking to people afterwards that haven't been running as much, and this was their event that kind of inspired them to keep running again or go to a physio so that they can start running again. And I just really felt that community and everyone coming down just to be better and just to be a part of the community, man.
That's it. That's the best way you want, community. And it's cool seeing you get to the point now where, and realizing that I don't want to be that big fish in a small pond sort of thing. But taking that next step, so that's really cool. That's a question I'm sure a lot of people are asking, because you do a lot of things, not just this OCR racing, which you just won uncompetitively, really. You just went in and dominated it, which is just a tribute to your work ethic more than less. But you do so much more. There's the Ninja Warrior. How you doing so many different areas and different avenues, but just excelling in all of them.
It started with curiosity, to be honest.
Fair.
And sometimes I don't get how people don't think the same way as this, where it's just like, how much can I squat? How fast can I run a K? How much can I bench press? And that's literally where it came from, man. Is like, I just see something and I'm like, I wonder if I can do that.
Yeah.
And then a lot of these things that I tend to latch onto is just through enjoyment or through the community, or I like the social setting, that sort of stuff. And that's OCR, for example. I just like being around people that also like OCR, so that's why I kept doing that. But a lot of it, man, is just curiosity. I'm like, and now since this race, I want to dunk.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and dunk a basketball
on a classic, nice
official height NBA
You've got
hoop.
height against you, so
yeah, I know. We've got height against me, but I'm hoping I can do that. And it's just from curiosity, same thing. I'm just like, I wonder if I can dunk in a month of training. So we'll see. And I encourage anyone out there just to, I don't know, just
try and dunk. Yeah, just get out
there. Try and dunk. Do it. Try and win an OCR.
But I guess that goes to anything, whatever it is. If you're obviously interested in those things. If you're interested, how far can you go?
And that's maybe where it's at now with the competing, where it's like, okay, now I'm actually looking competitive, maybe worldwide. If I can go and have a good crack at it, now I'm like, how far can I go?
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a different thing to that curiosity, where it's now sparked into something else. But it really did just start in curiosity, bro. I was like, I wonder if I can swing across that. I wonder if I can jump up that. And then once I did it, I was like, okay, well, how can I do it better? And then train and actually get better. And then now it's spiraled into hopefully looking at sponsors that can fly me out to these competitions, because I can't afford it yet. And hopefully through the music soon, I'm going to be able to.
Yeah.
But I definitely can't afford it yet. And when
and you've definitely shown to the sponsors like you're capable. The work ethics there in like more than one avenue, and you just excel in them all. So.
yeah, I like to think so, and that's what I'm hopefully going to push to people or push to companies and say, you know, I've shown that I can work hard and achieve something, and that could be good for their company as well.
Yeah, and I'd imagine if like you have someone investing into you, that's gonna even like elevate that level like one step more.
Yeah, definitely.
I can only imagine. That's a good take home for people. Like, if you're curious, see how far you can go, because you never know until you know, sort of thing, and just keep going. Do it. You try and dunk that one day, maybe you're close, but why give up if you're like only a couple inches away? A bit of practice on your vertical jump, and who knows?
Yeah. What if it could turn out better than you expected?
Yeah.
That's the big thing I always keep in my head when I think about
anything.
Not reaching out to a sponsor or not reaching out to someone. And then you're like, well, yeah, what if it could actually go better than what you thought? And instead of them just saying, yeah, we'll give you shirts, they're like, yeah, we'll fly you here and we'll pay for your accommodation, we'll do that. Then you're like, oh, fuck, I didn't expect that to happen,
And again, that goes for anything. Hey, I think myself last week doing that photo shoot, I was like nervous about it because I didn't, I'm still learning, I'm still getting better at my craft in it, but I wasn't like sold on my own skills yet. And I think, like you mentioned, I think for me it did turn out better than I thought, and I was never gonna find that out if I'd flaked on it. So take those curiosity voyages and have a look into it.
Let's get a bit of a plug on that. So, and I've only just seen it as well. You started Jay's Visuals as well now.
I guess that's just more me, like, instead of just spamming it on what's meant to be like more of my fitness and my competitive journey and any of my supplement stuff, instead of spamming it all there, just kind of putting it to its own platform, because you're going to get like multiple photos per shoot. So just layer 3 photos a thing and just put them all there, and people that will follow along, I guess it just kind of possibly creates another avenue for further business income down the line. So I guess it's just me branching out. Like, I do my coaching, but then also doing the photography thing. Why? Because it's a hobby that I enjoy. So like, why not? Why not put it there? Why not see where it goes? Me just posting these photos, not plugging it too much because it's just organically doing its thing now. But like you mentioned, that curiosity. What if? In that 5-10 year plan, this thing just skyrockets without me even realizing, and that could have been the thing, you know what I mean? So right now I think fitness, supplements, that's my thing, but who knows, plant a seed, let it grow. It's been a week, it's not that it's going to go far in a week, but who knows, 6 months down the line, a year down the line, things can change so much. So I guess that's me planting a seed more than anything. Jay's Visuals, I contemplate, do I want to just keep it on the one page and make it all Jay's World and make it one sort of business? But I'm just going to see what happens, take it where it goes. So,
we went for a shoot last week, and we just like off the cuff got some of the best photos I think I've ever got with people, and it just happened so quick, and it just happened like that. So I want.
Well, it just takes one click, man, and that could be like game-changing imagery.
Literally,
and then and beyond that, like probably the total time of maybe 3 minutes of filming. You got a few clips there too. One thing I realized, like, there's so many. The industry in fitness saturated with coaches, and great coaches at that. Also some questionable ones, but there's a lot of good in this space, especially just in Perth, let alone the world. One thing I noticed is photography, not that there's like a gap or a window, because there are some elite photographers out there, and I think a lot of you would know them. They stand out, their work's amazing, so everyone kind of knows them. So like myself, younger in the game, put that practice in. I think not that there's a space to fill, but there's just a possibility because there isn't as such a high demand. So let me plant the seed, see where it goes, I guess. So if you need some shoots, let me know, because I'm doing them pretty cheap because I'm just trying to get the reps in. I love hearing people's stories while I'm doing it. It's more the practice than anything right now. And
hit him up. Let's go. Yeah, that's lit. And I've started thinking now, like, what's next after doing this comp? Because whenever I do these things, I like get in this mindset of it's just that. That's all that exists. And I really just go in on it when I want to put that much emphasis on it, that is. And now I'm like, so it's done, and now I feel not free, but just like, what is coming up? Because I just don't consider that when I'm training for something like that. So I want music to happen, and I've got so many ideas that I want to turn into real things that you can hear or that you can see. So now it's just about converting a lot of stuff that's in my head that normally I'll be like, I need to go to bed, or I need to do this. Now I'm just like, music, is the thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm still training all the time, and that's always a part of my life, but the main thing is just making this music happen. This show that it's not locked in yet, the date, but we want this show to happen so I can start doing more club stuff.
So this show, if it happens at a club,
Yeah,
that'd be sick. Because
and
I'd
it's
love
gonna
to
be-
get behind the lens on that, like dark
Yeah.
setting, those lights, get the shutter speed right, and then work the photos after. I think you can get some cool photos and then some cool content. And then again, becomes more practice for me, and that's what you got to keep doing, is putting the practice in.
Yeah, just getting more reps, and that's what it is for me as well. I think of making music like going to a library where you're just going and checking out lots of different things. Like you might just go into a library and check out different books.
Yep.
And the ideas that I'm checking out in the studio are just different books that I'm going and having a look at. Or maybe that song's not actually where I want to be, so then go and have a look at another one. And that's what I'm really trying to treat it as at the moment, is just checking out different ideas. And when I'm coming in, that's all it's about. And sometimes I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that's kind of special. And it really helps me get through writer's block, hey? Just thinking of the ideas being just something that comes to you and you have a look at, and if that's not for you, then you just kind of give it back.
I guess you still practice the process of getting that, like, you know, if it's a sound you didn't like, you still put that little bit of practice in to make that sound, and then, you know, you're going to get better at that sound, or just that overall sort of
so good for just getting your reps in, you know?
And that's an underrated term, I think, getting the reps in. And that's exactly how I put across my photography to people, and they're like, are you sure you don't want anything for it? It's like, no, I'm literally just getting the reps in. I'm trying to get the good muscle memory in this, so I can get in and be good at it and know my worth and be worth it to the client or the customer.
There's so much value in that, hey?
Speaking of music, Player One just released today.
Yeah. So this will be like 2 weeks late, but yeah, Player One has released. It's out. It's kind of like a song for me, I guess, you know, where a lot of songs I consider more pop and more like, this would do really well on the radio. And not that this wouldn't, but this is more just a deep dive into my mindset and how I feel like I'm such an extreme person, and there's always two sides to a spectrum. Where, like, let's say in relationships, I tend to just go so hard of this is where I'm at and this is what I want to invest time into. But then when I get caught up on the other side of it, of no, you can't spend too much time in that relationship and you need to be pulling back, then I go too far on that side of things.
Yeah.
So I guess
that's that balance, isn't it? Which is easier said than done.
Yeah, it really is easier said than done. And that song is kind of the problems that I struggle trying to find that balance and being on either side of the spectrum. Talking about, I guess, selfishness and how that relates to hustle and trying to make it. And
big facts.
Then on the other side of it, selflessness and how that can also be negative, and how that can pull back and is maybe a personality trait that people need to work on as well. You know, but I love how it worked out and how it came out, and it's kind of a bit hyper pop, I guess you could call it. Some of the samples and some of the edits I made to the guitar samples are a bit hyper pop, and it's just kind of a fresh style for me, so it's cool. And I'm glad that it's out. It's another, I said this on my Insta, I said it's a brick in the wall that is my catalogue. You know, and that's
brick in the wall.
That's how I...
Was it Will Smith that said it? He just looked at everything as laying one brick.
And I think... Are we talking about this?
Like right now, we're talking about this? We're talking about it now.
We're talking about it right now. No, but did we talk about it? I think I heard it on a podcast last week.
I mean, it's definitely well known. But it doesn't hurt to know more about it, I guess.
No, not at all.
You got to look at everything like it, like putting one brick down, like one sentence in an essay, or you know, there are 4 chords in a song sort of thing, one line, one verse in a song. Like you got to lay one brick at a time, and then before you know it, with that brick wall.
And it's so epic to think about my songs like that, because I think I've got 72 songs out now.
That's cranking.
And the catalogue really is cranking, you know, like it's gone up. There's not many people that have produced and released
that many,
and written that many songs, and
still keep going.
And I'm more pumped than ever, bro. I'm more pumped than ever.
I was thinking about that. I was like the work you put in, the work you're doing, and it's crazy how I think it's definitely gaining traction, but it's crazy still how unrecognized it is. And like, you know, the fact of, you know, if anyone wanted to follow someone, it'd be the person that's doing that, constantly releasing, constantly putting out. Because when your favorite artist goes incognito, life isn't the best, man. You're just like, damn, I want more music. You know what I mean? Like, and you're just putting that music out. So like,
I'm here. I'm dropping music every 2 weeks. I'm here. come and chill. Come and hang out.
That's so true, though, man. And even if like a radio standpoint, like, man, one song pops off, there's constantly music going. Imagine the momentum at that point. Once that does happen, which it will in time. Imagine then when you're releasing a song every fortnight. You know
That's
what I mean?
that's where it all started for me with the weekly song releases 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it all started in if you get 40 songs out and one song goes.
Yeah, man, you're rolling the dice 40 times.
That's where a lot of people say there's no money in the music industry.
Yeah.
But that's where the money is in a large catalogue of music that people can go and listen to, and not only do you get the money for all those extra streams where people can listen to 40 songs instead of one, but you also get the added benefit of people know you now.
Yeah.
People, like, my whole life is on Spotify.
Yeah, it is.
My entire life.
Well,
and
it's been a fair few years now. What, 4, 5?
4 years.
Yeah.
The shit I've been through, the shit I've had to deal with, how I've dealt with it, how I've thought about it.
Everything.
You know, everything that's come up is on Spotify, and I think that's where people make the mistake of saying there's no money in the music industry. It's like, because you don't have that.
Yeah.
You haven't put all of that into there, and a lot of people, you're still within your rights to be like, you don't know shit because you haven't made money off your catalogue yet. And it's like, you're exactly right, but you could also look back on this in 2 years and be like, I was right.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm gonna be, you know, I'm taking a gamble on that.
Yeah.
I'm gambling everything on that.
But I guess it's not even gambling, man. You're just enjoying the process. And you're just, you know, I don't know, man. You love it, so you keep doing it, and it's only a matter of time until that just turns its tide and starts bringing you the income.
Yeah.
It's like if someone starts taking photos because they love it, matter of time until that turns the tide and starts bringing them income.
Yeah.
You know, anything like that. You know, you love painting, so only a matter of time till that turns the tide, starts bringing you income. It's just about putting those reps in, man, and like. Not that practice makes perfect, but if you keep practicing it, it's going to make progress, and that's going to be a step closer. So every time you get out and you make that song, that's progress towards a better song, to being that one, that canvas is progress towards that better canvas.
Yeah. And I've flipped the hierarchy as well. I've flipped the hierarchy from putting likes and engagement up the top and art down the bottom, and thinking that if I get the likes and engagement, then the art will be better.
Yeah.
And I've flipped that to the art is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And underneath that comes engagement and likes and whatever it is you want. But as long as the art stays up the top, which I think releasing this frequently has made me do that, the art is up the top and it stays up the top. And that's why I'm more gassed than ever as well, bro. I'm just like...
Because you know you're putting out good stuff, man. That's the thing. Lately I've been like releasing a heap of content, just trying to make stuff, make whatever, and it's just a big like throw and see if it sticks sort of thing. And granted, some things do better than others. I do look at the numbers. I do look at like the comments and engagement and the likes. And
which you have to.
Yeah, and I get told, you shouldn't be doing that, shouldn't be doing that. And I'm not that I am hyper focused on it, but I do enjoy seeing. It's just a game. It's just like a. I just enjoy seeing like what is doing this and what isn't doing that. And
for sure,
just kind of being able to like, okay, maybe this is better to do or whatever. And I think that's the whole social media game. But I've definitely detached from caring if something doesn't do well versus does. If something does do well, it's like, cool, sick. Especially when you put a bit of effort into a video, you kind of want it to do well. But if it doesn't, no worries. I still made that content because I was happy with it and is what I enjoyed doing at that time. In 10 years, I'm not going to look back and be depressed or sad about me doing that.
I think that's the kicker, bro, is like, you can still care about the engagement, but you've really got to be okay with the stuff that you're putting out and be happy with... the way you're portraying yourself and putting yourself out, you know, and that's art, and it's still art with you talking about supplements or talking about it's people content, you know. It is.
It's just like whatever I want to put out there.
Content is art.
I think I've seen, I don't know who it was, but they were like, you know, how do you keep putting out so much content, this and that? Like, well, I was just making content before anything happened, so I'm just doing what I've always been doing.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been doing, man. Just
like we're always making scooter videos back in the day, man.
Facts. Like we've been doing this for a while now.
This is calling to a super small network, but if anyone has any of the scooter edit videos that we did and has it on a CD somewhere or something, I want to see it. And the parkour videos that I made
the
put on
parkour
YouTube
back in the day. Jay Rodley probably has a few clips here and there.
Yeah, true.
Jim Ward might have something back in the day.
Yeah, so it's calling to a very small audience, but if anyone hears this and has got those videos, please, even if you put them up and make it available to the public, I don't care. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see that shit because I uploaded them all to YouTube, right, as we did.
Yeah. And
then I deleted them.
I know. I try to go back. I'm like, hey, where's this?
I think I was 15 or 16 years old, so insecure about myself and the scooter videos. I was like, I don't want people to see this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And now looking back, I'm like, damn it, man.
There's some things I've got on my like YouTube, and I still my last video I make, I'm like, I know I can make better, and I want to delete it, but I just go. that's just part of my story. It's there now. I'm not going to take it away. I can be grateful for where I was, what I was trying, and I'm not going to let any external opinion or even my own negative opinion bother me in what was me just trying to do, like my story, my progress.
And looking back on it, I hate that I cared so much about thinking what other people are going to think, you know, and I cared so much about that I deleted these videos because I was like, nah, I don't want people to see me this way. But now I'm just like, I'm an open book. Take it. Some of it's cringe and some of the videos are fucking whack as it horribly
But you've got
edited.
to put that out to learn. You've got to do that to look back at yourself and go, dude, what were you thinking? But then you were thinking that the future you is going to look back on that and it's like, well, we're going to make better than this. So like, it's only better each time. And that's just that practice makes progress.
And I know that there's some edits that people have got on CDs, like Jacob, let's say, one of our mates, his dad wanted the video, so then we put it on a CD to give to him. So I reckon there's a few CDs floating around out there. So
true, especially if you guys what was your group called?
Gravity Killers.
Gravity Killers, that's
Gravity
right.
Killers, bro. Don't sleep on the Gravity Killers, man.
Luke Brody was in amongst it?
Yeah, we had Luke, we had Dean,
that's
Jacob,
right.
me, and Liam.
True.
Fuck, maybe Luke wasn't in it. I don't know.
Might have just been Dean. I was like, I'm getting those two mixed up.
Yeah, I think it was the four of us. Luke was in band. He was in Something's Burning.
Yeah.
So that was the first band I was ever in. We played Green Day. We played Jet.
You posted a photo recently on the monkey in a suit thing.
Yeah.
For the pose.
Yeah, we played some shows, to be fair.
You've been doing this, man.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
That was 10 years.
Yeah, true.
Nah. Yeah.
Surely.
8 years.
2012. Has been 10 years.
Yeah, I think it is 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
We're still here.
Yeah, dude, and you're still on the mission, like.
And we're going to keep going. Yeah.
I think that can, what can you do in 5 years? What can you do in a year, sort of thing?
Yeah, you underestimate what you can do in 1 year, and you overestimate what you can do in 5 years. So
you got to read that twice.
You do.
You got to read that twice.
Literally, you underestimate what you can do in 1 year, and you overestimate what you can do in 5 years. And I think we just underestimate how much we can do in a day, even.
Yeah,
you know?
You can get some momentum in a day.
That micro speed, doing that, you're not going to be a millionaire in 5 years. You might be, but it's unlikely and easy to overestimate that. But it's also easy to underestimate, how much you can do in a year. And looking back on the songs, even, I'm like, fuck, I've come a long way in the last year.
Yeah.
If you look at the release from...
facts, man. Your last, 4-6 months... You just watch this. I watched it like a momentum dial, man. Like, it's definitely turning up.
Yeah.
It's definitely turning up. And they're like, it's just special again because that dial turns up and you think it's at full capacity, but really, to today, it's back at the start.
Yeah.
And it's going to go again and it just starts back here. It's every day. It's at the bottom and what can you do to turn that dial up?
Lots of little needle movers.
And that can be not even just for music. Someone could be wanting to compete, be a good athlete, and that needle mover can just be you stretching and improving your mobility. It doesn't have to be big steps.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do no matter what you're in to be better, and it's just crazy. There's so much time in a day, and why not?
Yeah, literally, why not? You add those things in, and they all add up just brick by brick, and they just keep building up and getting you there.
Yeah.
We didn't do the segment in episode 10, bro.
I did realise that, yeah.
What the
I was thinking
fuck?
about that. Yeah, how
we
bad.
missed it. People are going to be raging, man.
Yeah. How bad.
Yeah, but let's do it now.
Go for it.
I wanted to get the amount of streams since the start of the year, but I couldn't get it on my Spotify for artists. So anyway, this is a cool story. I'll get that for the next episode, but we're almost on track to get the 500k streams. We just need a few more needle movers and big moments.
Yeah.
And I reckon it's going to come through because since getting on that playlist, it's been doing really, really well, and it's had consistent, audiences coming through and people coming through. So that's really cool. Welcome to new people coming to check out the content and the vibe that we're on, and we hope that you hang around. But we're on track for the 500k streams by the end of the year, which is what I'm going for.
Which is dope.
50k followers. Follower increase has slowed down over the last month, I think, for sure. But that's okay. Again, just trying to make moments with new content and see what happens.
Yeah.
YouTube Shorts is going crazy.
I look at things though, so just touch on that, you had a spike and that's just a wave. The waves will come.
Yeah.
So anything, it's just a momentum wave. I look at everything as waves. And I'll touch back on that, so I'll put a pin in that, but as you were saying.
Yeah, it's just a hard thing, that's all, just to it's not going to be consistent like this all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it would be great if it was, but that's
yeah.
just not how it works.
Yeah,
so
you'll be feeling good.
yeah, it's more just focusing on the art and taking note of these milestones, because it's just cool to see where we've come from. But yeah, just staying focused on the art and making sure I hit those numbers one way or another by the end of the year.
Yeah, I guess touching on mine then, and I'll pull back out that pin on that wave. The shop, because the goal was to get 25 grand in a year, and we've had some good days, man. I had a 5 grand Wednesday and like a 4 grand Monday. We'll close the Tuesday, so perhaps that day being closed, put more numbers there, and that's just for this week. So we've been having a real big week this week. I've been down working in Busselton, so I've been like missing in action from the shop, but the shop's still been getting good numbers. We are consistently hitting that 22 grand mark, which is...
You mean per week, don't you?
Correct,
You said at the start 25 per year.
Yeah? Just then?
Yeah, just then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me reflect. 25 grand per week. That's the goal. That's what we're going for. The shop started on much less. Granted, it's about to be open for a year, so there's natural progression to come with that. But it still feels cool, me putting in the work, the networking, getting the people in, creating that environment. People want to come get their subs, get these numbers up. It hit its wave, and then it hit another wave, and now it's like not plateaued, but it's steady. So like I mentioned, I just have such belief that there's going to be another wave. I really think the shop's going to go do crazy, and I think we'll get over 25 grand this year easy. Per the week.
Yeah.
Just time. So yeah, 25 grand for the shop. That is what the momentum is, and
so you mean like an average of 25 per week for the year?
I want to hit it once at least.
Okay. Right.
That's just my goal. I want to go from like having like a 12 grand week when I first start, and I want to hit that 25 grand week, because I've worked in busy shops that like have the demographic, the population to do it.
Yeah.
But a brand new shop with big shops like Rockingham and Mandurah around us, which are 10-year-old shops, that's where the money should be at.
Yeah.
So if I can bring this little shop in, and this little one that wasn't expected to do much, and turn it into a monster, let's go.
Yeah.
That's the plan. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to get it done, and I have a lot of energy towards that. And now that I'm back in, I can put another swing of momentum in it. I think the next wave is coming, so watch this space.
Yeah. Epic, bro. Yeah, well, I'm glad we remembered to do it today.
Yeah.
And
we can do it again to make up for it.
We just have to do it twice in the next episode.
Yep.
But yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, happy days, man.
Thanks for coming through.
I'm keen to listen to the new track, and if you guys haven't listened to it, it's released 2 weeks ago, so go listen to it.
Literally, play one, and by the time this is out, Only You is going to be out as well, so we'll talk more about that in the next. That's a big
Are we going to put a guess his title? Now I know it.
Nah.
Get me some free merch. Let's go.
That's not coming through for this one.
Yeah.
But for the one after that, maybe. I don't even know what that one is yet. But anyway, too many songs coming out. Too much music coming out.
Not enough time.
Yeah, not enough
there's
time.
plenty of time. Let's not cut that.
You just got to do more.
Perfect. That's that.
Love you guys. Talk to you in the next ep. Peace.